What's up, guys? The red light is on. I'm Dave Van Auken. I'm with the cuddly Felicia Spencer. Phenom, what's up?
Hey guys, just doing a little bit of training at the gym, so figured I'd get my pick done here.
There you go. And I guess we'll kind of say it right now. And a little fun thing we're doing like a peel the curtain for you. You fight almost 3 weeks away from Saturday. Big fight for you. Really, really important, vital fight for you and your career going forward. And we want to be involved. So we're sending cameramen and we're just going to record you. I think we're recording you while you're being recorded on this.
Yeah, should we do like an inception of the recording? Like
it's like
recording inception.
Whoa! Inception. That's Eddie Martinez, the living legend, Orlando's own. So pumped. I cannot wait.
So it is.
Very cool.
Yeah, for the sport, I'm excited about it. It's like you said, it's important for me to get to have a good performance. Win or lose, no matter what, just a good performance, and obviously the win is super necessary, as in the words of Jorge Masvidal.
There you go. We're big game bred people here. All right, so before we go into UFC Vegas 41, a lot of stuff, big main event, big middleweight main event. Let's go past this weekend. For one, you nailed your pick. Andrei Arlovski nailed it to a T. Like when you described about the fight, like you nailed about, not going, being more cerebral and staying in the game plan. And he did that to a T, a really good co-main event fight. So you won with Arlovski. And then two, I don't know if you saw it. I talked to Ashley Evan Smith about it. Man, I'm just going to be honest here. I'm the most anti-Norma Dumont person in the world right now. I'm just going to be honest. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Split decision against you. She beat it, Ashley. And then, like I said, I had one of my biggest bets in the last month or so in Aspen last. She defeated Aspen. I can't win against Norma. I can't do it.
Well, all the best in her career. It's, I guess I'd rather have a loss to the best than to mid-tier fighters. So I was like, I could see it go either way. And I didn't really have a preference for that reason. Like, I think it would be good for the division for Aspen to win, but also good for me in the division if Norma wins. So
it's funny you say that because right after John Anik was like, guys, like Norma Dumont versus Amanda Nunes, that's next. Like that's kind of it. So
pretty much, yeah.
I think that's great for you because, let's just kind of throw it out there. God forbid if something happens and she upsets Amanda or just, it's going to happen sooner or later, or she just leaves, champ. For one, you have a split decision loss that, 51% of the world thinks you beat Norma Dumont. So if she gets the title, how great. You get this win and maybe one more. Maybe it's a really easy story of UFC being like, hey, Felicia Spencer, Dumont too.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely makes things interesting to have her rightfully earn that spot, and fight for the title, hopefully. So yeah, it's exciting.
Felicia, you promised me long ago in this studio, Daytona Beach, Florida, UFC championship, pizza and beer. Like that's a promise. I think we picky promised on it.
Well, have to wait and see. It definitely is. Would be very fun to have pizza and beer with the belt.
That would be good. All right. So UFC Vegas 41, talking about a belt, middleweight championship contenders, Vettori and Costa, both lost to Izzy in their last fights. Big main event, really big main event in the middleweight division. The odds are super close. I think Vettori's starting to sneak ahead. He's like a minus 150, 145 favorite. A lot of other good fights. Bruce Leroy's on the card, 4 wins in a row. He's an underdog. I believe 3 female fights, really close fights. A lot of stuff out there, Fee. So what are you thinking? What grabbed your attention on this UFC Vegas 41 card?
Yeah, I like most of the favorites to be honest. So it was really challenging to do a little extra research and figure out what I wanted to go with. So it's kind of stuck in the air between Jocelyn Edwards, who's fighting Jessie Jess at bantamweight. I kind of still feel like Jessie Jess can win that one, but Jocelyn is tall and rangy, and if she finds her, she can find her range and keep start well. I think she could do really well. The other one I was really leaning toward way down on the card is Jamie Pickett. I forget the name of the person he's fighting, but they're both on, I think, losing streaks, and it's kind of another situation where like they both really need this win. So that I think that'll be a fun fight. And Jamie Pickett's a bigger underdog. So if you're going to take a risk with an underdog bet, it might be a good idea to go with Jamie Pickett on that one. Super athletic guy. And, he's got some wins, but he's got some losses. But I think that one could be a potential payout, if you're going to go with an underdog bet.
Okay, I love that a lot. He's fighting. Of course, you picked the one name that I'm gonna butcher the worst. It's like Mourinho Stapropio, Storpio. He was 9. I remember when he was 9-1 and had some buzz around his name. He's lost 3 in a row. It's funny you say that because I saw Jamie Pickett fight live. He was on the Contender Series when he fought Puna Soriano, and Puna Soriano's been a complete monster since then. And Jamie Pickett went 15 minutes with him. Like you said, he's really long and lean and really athletic. Like he's a problem for a lot of fighters in the division, just a plain out problem. And like he's a plus 250, 235 underdog. So I like Jamie Pickett a lot. And then back to your Jesse and Edwards fight and all that. Jesse's, I think she tore her ACL, right? Like she had a major injury. She hasn't fought in 14, 16 months. I think it was like a really bad knee or an ACL or an Achilles, something in that nature. And like, I would love for you to kind of talk on it. How hard is it, or how real is it to kind of get that first fight back off to like a big injury? Is it really tough to get back in there, or it's like, oh my goodness, this is home and you feel good to get back in the cage?
I think it depends on the person and on the injury and also the recovery, because sometimes recoveries go really well and other times they don't. So, it's hard to say, not being in her shoes, but being out of the cage, out of that kind of training for a while could have something, to say with what the performance is going to be like. But, I really try not to look too far into that because she's at a really great team. I think she's still at Syndicate. So they have some of the best coaches, guiding her in the right direction and, just making sure that the game plan is going to suit her strengths and weaknesses, whether that still involves the injury or not. So I wouldn't look too far into that, but maybe where her head's at, maybe how aggressive she'll be. I mean, she's always been a pretty aggressive fighter, so probably won't be too much of a concern with like being too timid, but it's hard to say, it's been a while. We just saw Aspen come back from a long layoff and be really timid. So it's hard to say. That's why I was also kind of like, Jocelyn is, I haven't seen her be like super aggressive, I feel like, or maybe she has, but I just can't remember.
No, you're right. They're both kind of slower fighters. They're both kind of wait and see. There's no running knee. There's no Masvidal running knee 4 seconds into this fight. It's not going to happen. Yeah. All right. So I wasn't going to go here because I feel like it's been beaten up as a dead horse enough. The whole Aspen Ladd thing and the coaching of that sort. What's your 30-second take on it? It's kind of been kicked around this week of MMA media.
I think in the beginning where it was really honest, everyone heard it, I'm sure, like, you should know when you're down round, just, not beating around the bush. I mean, personally, I wouldn't like to be coached super aggressively like that or like kind of berating. I would feel like the encouragement would be better. But again, that's just me. So like I said to the people next to me, like, if you're in my corner, don't talk to me like that. But again, I'm not Aspen. I'm not her coach. And, it's really hard to be in her, like pretend like I'm in her shoes and like know how she's feeling about it, So, but yeah, I personally like a little more like, even if you're going to be a little mean about it, but like also end with like you go get it, go, you can do it. Like, yeah, girl, like this is yours. Just a little extra at the end, maybe.
No, 100%. I'm so happy you said that. And I know we're gonna go 3 minutes on it. You just can't talk about this segment for 30 seconds. So that's Aspen Ladd's boyfriend and her coach. So you would think, and this is where like I was so pro, like, hey, he knows what he's doing, blah blah. But then like what you just said, like you nailed it. You literally just nailed it. You would think that he would know how to communicate with Aspen in that spot. But from a schmo from afar watching it, Aspen was not happy on how he was talking to her. Like, you can see it on her face. Like, you can have conversations.
Deflated,
Yeah, exactly. She looked deflated. She looked this downright pissed. She looked downright like, oh, you're going to talk to me like that? I don't want to be here anymore. Like, you kind of like crossed the line almost. And that's what it looked like. So it's like, out of everyone, it wasn't just like a striking coach you see twice a week. That's your significant other. Like, you got to know. It was, I don't know, it's been.
It makes it very unique and kind of tough. Like, it would almost be like, even if that's your head coach, maybe there should be someone else talking to you during the fight, because I mean, like, no one likes to have those kind of tough conversations with their loved one. Like, if Todd's going to be in my corner, but it's like, he already knows, like, he shouldn't be saying certain things, like, leave that to the other coaches. And so he knows what he should be saying to help me and encourage me. And then what what lines to not jump on. Cause again, it kind of like makes me go, it kind of makes you, what's it called? Like a kid, acting out. Oh my God. Like rebellious almost. Like, it makes you almost like rebel and like, fuck you. I can do this. I can do this. Don't tell me what to do. I'm sure everyone with their boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, it's like,
when my wife talks, when Susie talks to me like that about the laundry, I shut down. I'm like, all right, babe, I'm done.
Like, I'm gonna get it done. Don't tell me how to do my dishes.
Eddie Martinez, who's recording this, Paulie, like, he's killing us right now because we're longer than usual. But I do want to talk about the main event for 1 minute. Vettori and Costa, really great main event for a fight night. I think it's awesome. To me, it's easily a co-main event on any kind of pay-per-view or main event if Izzy isn't there. And that's one other thing I want to say. Vettori is 9-2 in the UFC. You know how hard it is to win in the UFC. He's 9-2. His 2 losses is to Israel Adesanya. Like, the betting lines the last week, the more money's been going on Vettori, and I think Vettori is the bet. I think he's shown enough. He's defeated long guys. He's defeated guys with wrestling. He's defeated guys with knockout. He's defeated Hermanson, more of a veteran. He's defeated like every little flavor except for Izzy, who's the best middleweight in the world. So I'm really on Vettori. I think Vettori's going to get the job done. I can see him stopping Costa. I can see him just ground and pound and wrestling, or I can easily see him 25 minutes of kind of dominating him and wrestling him and grappling and control him. So I'm really high on Vettori on this fight. What's your take on it?
I kind of agree. I'm not like super heavy one way or another, just because I know, we've all seen Costa be dominant, and, I feel like, when's the last time he won? He beat Till, or I don't even know. So I'm like thinking, we're not thinking high on Costa because we haven't seen him like be vintage Costa for a while. But
he defeated Yoel Romero and Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall 2018, Yoel Romero 2019, and a guy named Johnny Hendricks in 2017.
Oh man, has it been like that long with inactivity? Kind of like just 3 fights in the last 3 years. Yeah, like
that's what I mean. Like, he was.
I feel like there's like I was high on Costa like 3 years ago, right? And then thinking like, oh, he's really good and like explosive, and he
was winning fights, knocking out people, and then like he got in that rivalry with Izzy. He started wearing Ricky Martin shirts. He started having more hair. He started being on so many fight posters, and it's like, I don't know, like he's almost like I don't want to say this in a negative way, but he's like, the UFC built him up very well. Like, they built him up. If you look at his wins, like, Uriah Hall.
It looks like he should be he looks like he should be a champion. Like,
he looks like Superman.
Yeah, like, so of course they're gonna build him up. But yeah, if I had to pick, I would have gone Vettori, especially after we've talked about it now.
There you go. Hey, we'll sprinkle a little bit of money.
Let's send him some wine let's send it to the UFC hotel and tempt him with some wine the night before.
Unbelievable. Felicia, what a savage you are, talking about wine and Costa. Everyone's going to see this. You're like, 3 different cameras are on you right now.
Oh my God.
Well, There we go. So Felicia Spencer's phenomenal pick. Looks like it was Jamie Pickett, a huge underdog. I like it. He's definitely going to fight for your money. Like I said, I saw him live for 15 minutes against Puna, and like, I was very impressed. He lost that fight, but really impressed with him. He's going to go for it. And I think, like you said, he needs to win it. I think both men knew. So I think at least you're going to see the best Jamie Pickett. I'm very intrigued. 3 female fights on it. They're all close. I can see an underdog or 2 winning. And then the main event's the main event. So I'm intrigued. I cannot wait. UFC Vegas 41 Saturday night.
Woohoo.
3 weeks away from your fight. The next 2 weeks, Felicia, we got 2 pay-per-views in a row. I might have to wear my tuxedo or my suit thing, or we're gonna do it in Orlando together.
Yeah. Let me know. Look forward to it.
Sounds good. Felicia Spencer's phenomenal pick. UFC Vegas 41. See you guys later.